Hi guys, we're going to tie a salmon shrimp fillet tonight, and this is going to be an Easkey Gold, a little bit of a variation on an Easkey Gold in that I'm going to use badger hackles. I've always sort of struggled with a double and the look of it for an Irish type shrimp fillet. Now this is it's an RX HR 428. This one's a size 6, but it's actually quite a shortish double for its size, with a good wide gape on it. So we'll give this a go. So I'm going to use a black tie-in thread here. And for the butt of the fillet, I'm going to tie on gold oval. The pattern also says you can use a gold flat, but I find with Irish shrimps that an oval tag tends to help you to kick the tail up a bit more, get it to stand out a bit more. So put on a few turns of that, take our silk back and tie that off underneath. We shall give that a trim. So standard golden pheasant red feather for the tail. So you can use natural, or you could use a dyed feather, I suppose, if you want. So you could take one that has been dyed, like the yellow rump that's been dyed red. You could also mix in one that has been sort of dyed like a hot orange here. So I think we'll use the hot orange one, because I tend to like flies a little bit brighter. So take the feather and we shall find the tip of it and then just double it. So doubling hackles is covered in another video of mine on techniques. So I'll take my tie-in silk back there to the tag and put a turn across the tip on the last little bit of stalk. Fold this back, and 1 or 2 turns should hold it in place, and then we'll wind that on. Now my fingers, as you can see, will snap. My fingers might get in the road here because I'm going to try and control the direction of the hackle, so I'm just pushing the stalk down into the orientation that I want it. Some people will like their hackle sticking out very perpendicular. Me, I like a little bit more flow into it. So because it's a short hackle, you're only going to get 2 or 3 turns in anyway. And then we'll tie back over that stalk, and then I'm also going to take the stalk underneath the hook shank and wind it up towards the front, because we're going to put a tinsel body on here, and I want it fairly smooth as an underbody to help me. Now the body on this fillet is also gold oval tinsel that is wound in touch and turns. So I'm going to tie in my gold tinsel here. I'm using a fairly thin one. I think this is a 14. You can choose to tie with a wider, a medium, or even a large tinsel for doing this, but what you will find is that the initial turn can be a little bit difficult to deal with, and also the final one. So we take that now. For a bit of added security on this, you can take either super glue or a bit of varnish and just lay a little bit onto the bit you intend to wrap the body on. Get that first turn as tight up to the tail as you can, and then I'm just going to wrap this forward hopefully in fairly touching turns. And then I'm going to tie this off a bit shy of the midpoint. One turn over, one turn back. Nick that off. So at this point, if you wanted to, you could also varnish that gold tinsel body, but then you have to wait for it to dry. So we're going to take an orange badger hackle, double that one again, covered in another video. Nick out the tip, separate out the last couple of fibres and tie in just across the very last bit of stock, fold it back on itself, and then we'll again use my finger just to direct the flow of the hackles. Again, a couple of turns, probably enough. Tie the stock in underneath again, keeping the body nice and level and even. I'm just going to squeeze the tie-in points there, just to force the fibres back into the direction I want them to be. And then, as for the first section, we'll just repeat it. Take our gold tinsel onto the body, tie it in back to where that hackle stopped, and then just try and give ourselves a nice even underbody. Little touch of glue, and again bit of care in putting on the first wrap, and then wrap that forward to create the front body. So I'm leaving myself room for a hackle and a head. Just going to fold that under, a couple of turns to hold it in place, and then the front hackle is a red or a scarlet, and I'm going to use a scarlet badger here, because I've always liked the sort of just a little bit of contrast, the darkness in the centre of it. Again, nip out the tip, tie it in, fold it back, wrap over that, and then just use my fingers just to redirect the flow of the hackle. If you want for added security, fold that back and put a couple of turns. Now, jungle cock, cheeks, eyes, whatever you want. I'm going to take one, set it on the side, and I'm going to tie it across. I'm trying to tie on a little bit of an enameled portion, so this last little bit of white here, which sort of forms into like a V, and I find that will help it to lie for you, because jungle cock shape of the stalk does not want to lie flat. Nick those off, and then I'm going to take super glue and just glue an inch or so of the tie-in thread there. You'll get a few little globules forming on it, and then I'm just going to wind that into a ball and track backwards with it a little bit. That will create my head, which will all be wrapped in the glue. and it'll also, because it is help to stick those two jungle cock eyes in. And that is our fly tied bar the finishing of the head. They're sticking out of the road there. So, coat of clear on that. And then what we'll do then is, when that dries up, I'll put on several more coats of clear just to get the head built up to the shape I want. You can also put a coat of black on if you want, but that is our Easkey Gold shrimp, and it is tied on an RX double. And I said, actually, I actually quite like the shape of that for an Irish shrimp. I would equate that to, it's a size 6 hook, but I would equate that to our standard size 8 Esmonduri treble, which is a very common hook for tying an Irish shrimp on. So yeah, I like the look of that. So an Easkey Gold shrimp. So like what you see, like and subscribe, leave some comments down below, follow me on Facebook, and until next time, tight lines, and thanks for watching.